The number of volunteers who are looking after each other, by last count of North Carolina alone, better than 21,000. These are 21,000 individuals, many of whom have families of their own and could be looking after their own and watching their own kids, but they've put their own lives on the line to look after each other. If that rings a bell, the last year in the Cajun Navy, by the way, playing a big role in this as well, it is a reminder that it's kind of in the American spirit to do this kind of stuff. Sometimes we're so focused on polarization and politics, the left and the right. These are Republicans and Democrats, conservatives and liberals looking after each other, ignoring labels and focusing on a big one, that we're all human beings. Duke Energy Communications Manager Jeff Brooks is on the phone right now, filling that same role. And for those who are without power, and many more who could be without power, Jeff, good to have you back with us. What are we looking at now in the number of, let's say, North Carolinians who are without power, and how many more could be?
Well, good morning, Neil. We are looking at about 550,000 customers in North and South Carolina who are without power. We're seeing those numbers beginning to climb in South Carolina, especially as Florence makes her way west through there. Pretty much if you live in a county anywhere along the coast, you're without power. And so it's a monumental challenge. As you've mentioned, there's flooding everywhere, and that flooding is certainly going to play a major role in our ability to respond in certain areas.
I know when it all started, and when you and I were chatting a couple of days ago, there was a fear that as this moved inland, more and more could be without power, and it could affect upwards of 3 million North Carolinians. Is that still your fear, or do you think you can avoid that?
Well, I think that we're certainly on track for the bottom end of that 1 to 3 million. We can't predict the future. We don't know exactly, and this storm is making a grand loop essentially around our service area, moving at a pace that I could walk faster, about 2 to 3 miles an hour. So that long duration wind, that just incessant rain is creating very hazardous conditions, and that is going to lead to more outages as she progresses through the state.
Looking at how this could have been, knowing that this was for a brief time last week at this time a Category 4 storm, closer got to land than 3, 2 hitting as about a 2 or a 1, and then now a tropical storm. A lot of people are going to read into that, Jeff. All right, problem over, crisis averted. You say what?
I say that problem is ongoing and is going to be ongoing for days and potentially weeks. We've got certainly winds that are going to continue to persist for a period of time as it moves into the west. You've got mountains, you've got rainfall, the potential for mudslides and flooding there. And as these rivers rise and the water accumulates, we're going to see scenarios, I think, very similar to what we saw in Hurricane Matthew, potentially Hurricane Floyd, where whole parts of the state are underwater. We've already seen Interstate 40 down to Wilmington is flooded, and that's going to create a challenge for us moving crews into that area. So we're working through those challenges now, working to get our crews there as fast as we can so that we can restore power for every customer we serve.
Thank you very much. Always good talking to you, Jeff. Be well yourself. Be safe. Thank you.